What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Ahsoka episode 7, the penultimate to the season finale. And
already.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the last episode. The introduction of Thrawn I thought was awesome. Nailed everything. His stormtroopers looked super dope, and there's some really fun theory floating around, and I think it's really interesting based off of the way they looked. They could all possibly be dead. It could be very much a Marok situation, Marok, where, you know, the Night Sisters created an army for Thrawn. Oh. It's possible.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't either. That's just a theory. It's not official or anything. It's just a thought.
That would be interesting.
It would be. And considering that we've already seen that with, you know, that one character that everyone was really excited about and turned out to be kind of nobody. But doesn't matter. We've got Thrawn. And also his right hand, whose name I don't recall. I don't know how to say it. It's Amos. It's our guy. Saw it in the credits. It's our dude.
Sorry, I mean Murder Snuggles. Yeah, whatever.
He is that guy. That's him. So that's really exciting that he's now canon in Star Wars. I think that's super dope.
Honestly.
Very cool. We love that guy very much.
You know, space.
Yeah. We also got the introduction or reintroduction of Ezra. I was a little. I'm not gonna lie. I'll always share when I'm a little disappointed in something. I was a little disappointed in him and Sabine's reunion. They've been apart for 10 years.
I don't even know this situation, and just the discussion of her, like, you know, oh, we're gonna find Ezra, that type of stuff, and then they're like, oh, hey,
yeah,
what's up, buddy?
I mean, I get that from like Ezra's point of view, but I thought Sabine would kind of geek out and like run up to him and be really excited.
Well, she's been searching for him for all these years.
Yeah,
and you get a what's up.
And especially considering she's putting the entire galaxy, the one back home, at risk with this move by giving up the map so that she could find Ezra, because you bring Thrawn back, like you give him a way back, it's going to create some problems. So
I would have thought there would be way more emotion. Maybe not even like a hug and all that, but like, you know, facial expression.
I think
giving away the whole, I missed you so much.
I'm a little concerned because Sabine also withheld some information from him, which that could be, I mean, I understand it in that moment. I hope she gets to the point of revealing the truth, because I feel like Ezra's going to get angry at the idea of, like, you risked everything and everybody to come get me at the, like, the potential of Thrawn returning. That sounds really dangerous and scary. And the fact that she didn't reveal all of that to him, I'm wondering how he's going to take that news if and when he gets it. Because, I mean, again, that's a risky play, and I would imagine that he was doing just fine. Like, it looked like he was doing just fine.
He seemed very content.
Yeah, which, that brings up a really big question. I'm wondering if everything isn't as it seems. Because the fact that Ezra, like, Thrawn letting Ezra just go live seems a little off to me. I don't know, it's kind of where my head's at. I think there's something else at play here. Mm-hmm. And the fact that, like, Baylan and Shin, like, he's just like, go find them, kill them. It doesn't matter if they stay or go, regardless of the situation. We're getting back to where we belong.
I don't want to be deserted.
Right. It feels like the one Jedi who was able to defeat Thrawn, I just kind of feel weird about the idea of him just letting Ezra live without conflict. I don't know. That's just one of my questions that popped up after the episode and some of the things that I've thought about since. And again, I'm not going to be too critical until the story plays out.
Right.
Because there could be something else going on. Thrawn is an amazing strategist. He is super smart. So he probably has a plan at play. Or maybe the two of them were just like, hey, we're stuck here. I'm going to go on my own. I'm not going to bother you. Don't bother me. We cool? We cool? Good? All right. Maybe they shook hands and were like, just went their separate ways. Who knows? But it's definitely one of those things where it was curious that Thrawn was not sure where he was, and Sabine was able to find him pretty quickly. And
it was the turtle friends.
Yes, we met some new creatures that Nikki immediately fell in love with.
Duh.
Yeah. So, I mean,
they were made for this sucker right here.
I'm concerned for a lot of them, and I don't know if they're going to get hurt in this hunt and battle that we potentially might get, because Baylan and Shin are on the hunt, and if
they seem scary.
I mean, they're very scary, and they're the best characters in the show by far, in my opinion. Baylan continues to just speak in like these riddles almost, and every time he has a conversation with Shin about something, the fact that he's content staying on Pridia, which, by the way, horrifying planet. It was such a scary environment.
Those creatures are a little nuts.
I mean, just like when we were flying in and all the bones of the space whales and the fact that Thrawn's even like, if a space whale shows up because Ahsoka's on her way, kill it with prejudice. It's like, oh, dang. Like, it's ruthless right there.
Yeah.
But the fact that Baylan is content staying there because something is speaking to him, what is speaking to him? What is going on? Obviously, it feels like he has a much bigger mission at play here. Yeah. And he's got a bigger objective, and this was his way of getting to this objective, using like the idea of getting Thrawn back so that he could accomplish something. I don't think Shin was as welcoming to the new land. I don't think she was as into it. No. We'll see how that goes and what exactly, like, Baylan, like, he's been amazing. The introduction of this villain, it's even kind of hard to call him a villain, but I mean, he is the villain. But
yeah, technically,
he's such a likable villain because he's so interesting.
Yeah, he is.
And
he looks real nice.
I mean, he's a straight boss. But like learning about his past, the relationships that he did have in the Order, all of that stuff and how he escaped and how he survived Order 66 and how he was able to survive and then flip into this mercenary. And who is Shin to him? I still think it's his daughter, unless it's someone he just rescued. It feels like a father-daughter thing. I don't know. Maybe that's just me as a girl dad who's like, yeah, that's his daughter for sure. It's like when I'm coaching my kid in softball. Like, I don't call her daughter. I call her by her like nickname and stuff. So maybe it's just she calls him master, and yeah, maybe it's just, I don't know. It feels like a father-daughter thing, but we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I mean, the two of them have been so interesting. Their fighting styles have been really dope. Yes. And yeah, I'm just very curious to see where all of this goes. What is this Night Sister magic going to do for Thrawn? How are they going to get back? What ultimately is going to be Baylan's play? I feel like there's a lot of that. And what happens when Ahsoka arrives?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of really interesting stuff going on. I thought this first 6 episodes have been banging. They've been so much fun. It's got that Star Wars charm that I really, really enjoy and love.
I've been entertained. Those witches, honestly, the witches, those are dope.
Yeah, I mean, their magic is pretty crazy. And yeah.
Are we not supposed to like them? We're not supposed to like them. I'm so sorry, but I think they're freaking cool.
I mean, anytime you could introduce something like that into the live action Star Wars, it's really awesome because they've been in games and the animated content. And Ezra has some history with them from Rebels also. He kind of, has a little thing with them. But we'll see if that comes into play at all.
That sounds sketchy.
I mean, basically, a debt that needs to be paid is essentially what I remember from Rebels. But we'll see how that plays into this, if it will. But, I mean, because he's there, they're there. We got a lot of folks, a lot of Force users, and all kinds of stuff. So, ready to check out this next episode?
Yep.
Let's go. Oh, and by the way, what is Thrawn going to think when he finds out that Ahsoka's master is Anakin/Vader?
Did they have interactions?
Huh?
Did Thrawn have interactions with Vader?
With Vader, yeah. Mm-hmm.
We simply cannot allow a general of the New Republic security forces to go around acting like this is still a rebellion. This is a government, and it has rules and laws which General Syndulla seems to have no problem bending to fit her personal agenda.
My job is to protect the people of this republic, and that is exactly what I was doing, in the best way I know how.
I see, and you protected the New Republic by ignoring direct orders.
I protected the New Republic by ignoring you.
Oh, burn. Ouch.
This report reads like a child's fairy tale. Jedi, false Jedi, star maps, star whales, distant galaxies. Are we to believe any of it?
Morgan Elsbeth was leading a coordinated effort by the Imperial Remnant.
Objection!
Is this guy new?
Honestly.
What about the conflict on Mandalore?
Exactly my point. Gideon was a warlord acting on his own. There's no proof of a greater conspiracy and thus no immediate threat to this republic.
Moff Gideon.
I don't know what frightens me more. The possibility of what might happen or your unwillingness to see it.
I'll tell you what I see. I see a general who abuses her authority for personal gain.
I mean, she does abuse her. She's mentioned many times that she's a general.
Court-martialed for disobeying a direct order.
Identification. No. I am C-3PO.
Oh, yay! Hello.
Aw, 3PO.
Honored Chancellor, with
Where's
respect,
R2?
I am here on behalf of Senator Leia Organa.
Oh, Leia.
That gets me emotional. I love C-3PO. I know some people find him annoying, but I like him a lot.
The Honorable Senator Organa has become aware of an unfortunate situation and wishes to present this data transcript, which she hopes may resolve the matter.
I object. In the strongest terms.
Dude, shut up. No one cares.
The transcript shows that Senator Organa personally sanctioned General Syndulla's reconnaissance mission to Cetos. Regrettably unaware that Senator Ziono had held a vote against such a mission without her.
This is preposterous. The court cannot admit evidence of this kind from a mere droid.
Oh, Chopper don't like that? Don't say shit about droids.
Senator Organa is willing to overlook this misstep, address any further concerns to her directly in her role as leader of the Defense Council.
Boom.
Mic drop.
That seems to settle the matter. Unless you remain unsatisfied, Senator Ziono.
What the hell am I supposed to say now?
Madam Chancellor.
Get him, Mothma. I love that 3PO came in representing Leia. That is so cool.
Mere droid.
I love that. That's great.
I don't know what you and Leia are playing at, but I know she did not authorize your mission.
She did, eventually.
Put your personal feelings aside and don't deny you have them. How real is the threat of Thrawn's return?
We have to prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
By the way, that hater, the dude who keeps like dismissing everything,
Senator Ziono.
he's either a former Imperial throwing all this shit, dreams and madness, or he's just so naive to the potential of this shit.
There's always one.
Yeah.
There's always at least one.
But like, we've already seen a situation where there were people loyal to the Empire still, and he feels like one of them, or he's just incompetent. Let's go.
In this war, you will face more than just droids. General Grievous, Asajj Ventress, even Count Dooku. As your master, it's my responsibility to prepare you, so practice these forms often. Or at least more than I do. I won't always be there and look out for you. If we get separated or something happens, you need to be able to make it on your own. Don't be afraid. Just remember what I taught you and trust your instincts. I know you can do this, Ahsoka.
I love that. She just has this hologram ready to just play on command.
Yeah.
Clone Wars Anakin.
He needs 20 or more of these recordings. This was his last one.
Aww.
Very thoughtful. I never realized.
He was a good master.
Anakin was incredible. There's no doubt.
You are assuming the Star Whales have brought us to the correct galaxy, let alone the same system or even the same planet where Lady Wren was taken.
I think the odds are pretty good.
No, in fact, they're terrible.
Well, you should have said something.
I did, but you never...
Never tell me the odds. See, Ahsoka's got a whole different vibe now since returning from the world between worlds.
Like death. Oh god. Ooh.
Dude, that is so cool.
Yeah. Kind of creepy, to be honest.
But are they gonna die?
That sounds awful.
I mean,
you better fucking not.
We saw all the friggin' whale bones as we were approaching Peridia the first time.
I hate it.
And if Thrawn's ready for them, kill them with prejudice.
I am detecting multiple objects in our path.
Oh no. Oh shit. I feel bad for these whales.
Holy shit.
Are those mines?
What the fuck?
No. I'm emotionally attached to the whales now, you fuckers.
Wow, that's intense, dude.
I don't like that.
I think that's a sign that you picked the right galaxy. Oh, shit.
And we are clear.
Cool-ish.
Well, we found the enemy.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Multiple fighters are closing.
I'm going to make for the debris field.
I like the music.
Me too.
We're going to a debris field. We're going to fly into the asteroid field.
There is nothing on the scope.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Stuff just bumping into each other.
Oh.
Oopsie!
You dead. Dude, the Chimera is an incredible friggin' Star Destroyer.
As you anticipated, the minefield was triggered by a pod of arriving Star Whales. Among them was a T6 class Jedi shuttle.
It would seem Ahsoka Tano is alive and well after all.
Here's everything the Inquisitorial database had on her.
The master was General Anakin Skywalker.
Yes.
You're certain there's only the one starship?
Correct, Grand Admiral. Our fighters have already engaged the target and pursued them into the debris field.
Excellent. That'll be all, Captain. Withdraw the fighters. Have them stand by. There's no need to waste our resources.
With due respect, Grand Admiral, without pursuit, we shall lose them in the debris field.
Jedi are very good at hiding. They've been practicing that for years.
Ouch, was that a diss?
We are getting to know our adversary. And if she's anything like her master, she'll be unpredictable and quite dangerous. Which is why we must control all variables. Put her on a path of her own choosing, so that no matter which direction she takes, we'll always be one step ahead of her.
That big brain at work.
Thrawn is behind that attack.
Then the enemy has already found him.
It would seem so.
Nice shift in music there.
I know, almost like meanwhile in heaven. Shit. Oh, they're like roly-polies. Oh, I called them roly-polies last time.
You did.
But more so now.
Never really thought about how much I've missed. Still trying to process everything you told me. The Empire was defeated.
Battle of Endor.
The Emperor died.
That's what people say.
There's a new republic. Zeb's training recruits.
Oh, Zeb.
You know, I was beginning to think we'd never find you.
How did you?
It's complicated.
The usual level or worse?
Worse.
You're just gonna skip past that detail?
Yeah.
Ahsoka took me on as her apprentice.
She what? Why? I mean, congratulations.
I mean...
Really? Go on.
No, that's great. Makes sense, of course. Trained a little before, back when I was first learning.
I remember.
So where is Ahsoka? Is she coming?
She's there.
That's complicated.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like they nailed Ezra perfectly.
I'm gonna have to go back and look.
I mean, just hearing him talk, he sounds like an older version of his character in Rebels.
Great mothers, I'm in need of your assistance.
We are at your service, my lord.
That could be awesome.
Ahsoka Tano lies hidden within the graveyard. Find her?
Yes, Grand Admiral.
Because you also notice the troopers have, like, they're wrapped in red.
Yes.
Like the sisters.
Yes.
The mothers.
That makes... Okay, I get it.
I don't know if they'll reveal that or if that's true or not, but I love that theory.
I cannot locate Lady Wren.
We don't need a scan. There's another way.
Do you think your bond is that strong?
I would love this. Come on.
Sabine.
Oh, please work. I love that so much.
Ahsoka.
Don't lose it. Her face is so pretty. With her eyes and stuff.
I see her.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Those eyes,
Jedi
not so pretty.
is there.
Those eyes are terrifying. That's like nun eyes.
Captain Enoch, open fire.
Captain Enoch.
They found us!
I know where we're going.
Wonderful. So, on our way.
Shit, dude.
Better get your buns out of there. I do love the flying sequences when they're going through stuff and sideways and whatnot.
Well done. We've flushed out of hiding.
Shall we prepare our defenses?
No. Tana will pursue Sabine Wren, whom we have wisely sent far from here. Contact the fighter group and have them re-engage the opponent.
Dude, his voice is literally everything.
No. Paul Sura's voice.
Except the voice of the channel, Paul Sura. But, like, I love that they got the voice from the show.
Yeah.
To be the live-action version.
Contact Throne. Kill Sabine Wren and Ezra Bridger, then take your place in the coming Empire.
Oh, what?
You won't help?
Your ambition drives you in one direction. My path lies in another.
Does that mean your job here is done as a master?
Right.
One parting lesson, Shin. Impatience for victory will guarantee defeat.
Some wise words.
Honestly.
Like, what the hell does Balin have going on? Just the fact that he's willing to send her in a certain direction while he goes in a different. He's like, go take your place in this new empire. I'm going to go do something else.
Yeah, go prove yourself. I gotta do other things.
Dispatch 2 gunships to assist the mercenaries. If Lord Balin proves capable, we may yet win the day.
Like, if those are, like, legitimate, like, alive humans in the Stormtrooper outfits, like, that would be pretty nuts, too. We're gonna get to see Ezra fight.
A slingshot. I love him.
Very Ewok.
Got him.
Very
Yes,
Ewok.
Yes.
Oh no!
Oh no. You bitch. Throw it at him. Throw it at him. Oh, good lord.
They are fun and cute. Star Wars has always got fun and cute things in it.
For me.
I love that they just... Oh, nice. Impenetrable unit. Shield wall.
Shield wall.
I'm really digging the music in this show.
Me too.
Just like you, but lacks your sense of humor.
Lightsaber?
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Dude, she is so intense looking. I mean, Ezra's had lots of time to just sit and focus and hone into his power with the Force, so let's see how powerful he is. He has tapped into the dark side before, too.
On my mark. 3,
Girl.
2, 1.
Hell yeah.
Well now, this is a surprise.
Oh, we're gonna fight again?
Didn't expect to see you again.
Same,
Dude,
buddy, same.
He's such a boss, dude.
He is.
Can't allow you to interfere.
I don't have time for this.
That I know.
plan.
Here. Do your thing.
Sorry.
It's your lightsaber. Take it.
You keep it.
What?
I don't need it. Besides, you've been training.
Very funny.
No, I'm serious.
Take it.
I gave it to you. It's yours.
I mean, it is hers now.
The Force.
Even Hu Yang said so.
That's all I need.
Oh god.
That's a great line. Hell yeah, Ezra. I mean, I would have loved if he would have taken the saber. Watch him just whoop some ass.
Is he really good at it?
I mean...
How she has not, like, gotten a little jab in.
Oh! This fucking guy, dude. Oh, shit.
Good
Oh.
Oh. Cinch
A little
my
bit of a
hair.
haircut.
Close.
There you go. Oh, bitch! He stopped that shit in its tracks. He's like, you will not hit me with your saber. Oh. But then got his ass kicked.
Ooh, the piano.
Good job, Hu Yang.
Ooh, ooh, come on with that shot. It looks amazing. The red and the dust. And him in the get-up.
Alright, so is that Kyber in his belt? Looks like he's got like a green piece of gem in his belt.
What is that exactly?
Kyber crystal is what powers the sabers.
Oh.
Alright, so if one of them gets like stabbed and they just turn into like green mist, then you'll know.
Why is it gonna be mist?
I mean, that's what they turn into, like a dust.
Deployed teams 1 and 2 use counter and circle in tandem. Our side is short one mercenary. Where's Belen's gone?
About that. They're so cute. Stop.
Destroy them.
Wait. We could talk. Or we could just, don't you want to take us as prisoners? As prisoners? Huh?
Nice try.
Hell yeah!
Oh shit, like the boss.
You can't defeat Ahsoka, girl. Sorry, Shin.
I like the way
you
she
ain't
keep
that powerful.
riding in, sliding off. Boom, bitch, I'm here.
Ahsoka's a whole different level. So I'm not seeing them evaporating into green smoke, so maybe they are humans.
Gotta love that.
I mean, the Mando weapons are the best.
Almost like the Jedi of old. Recall the gunships. Call off the aerial pursuit. These are unfortunate, but acceptable losses given the absence of Lord Balin.
So you remember what I said about him? Acceptable losses?
Right. Very smart, willing to give up some without giving up all.
I see only our enemies reunited.
Let me show you what I see. With our enemy distracted, the cargo transfer is now almost complete, which means we shall soon leave this forsaken place. Ahsoka Tano has lost the one thing she could not afford to lose today. Time.
Did I just hear a Vader breath?
Time is very much on our side now, and I shall keep it that way.
See, he's all about, like, the overall end game. It's like, so what if we lost a little bit right now? We're on our way to like getting what we need and we're about to be out of here. Acceptable loss.
Yeah.
A lot of leaders don't think that way. Another reunion.
Surrender your weapon.
She's got crystal in her ear, in her hairpiece too.
Oh, is that what that is? Yeah, you can't force it, right? I mean, you can force it. Never mind.
Ahsoka. I thought you were dead.
And miss this reunion?
That's way more of the reunion I was expecting.
You've gotten so big.
You thought she was dead.
Clearly I was wrong.
Guys, I'm getting a feeling. I think I might be going home after all.
I thought that was a fantastic episode.
That was pretty cool.
I thought that was a lot of fun. I think it sets up the finale very well, where obviously Thrawn's going to win. I think that's pretty clear, because I think Thrawn's going to be... Like, I don't know how many projects they're going to do in this Mandoverse. I don't know how many more seasons of Mandalorian, or if we're going to get more Boba Fett.
Forever.
I mean, it's going to have to end at some point, because we're going to run out of space on the timeline. But
Grogu must be there for...
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how they play into that, because obviously, regardless if you like it or not, the sequel trilogy is a thing, and we're building towards that at some point. Grogu's not in the sequel trilogy. So something is going to have to be done with the story and even like this group. So I don't know. We'll see. But I feel like Thrawn should 100% be the villain for a long time. And the only way he could be the villain for a long time is if he wins in the next episode. Because this should carry off, and he should... Like, we should get Mando fighting Thrawn. We should get Luke fighting Thrawn. I love that we got the Leia, the Leia name drop in this with C-3PO. That was really nice moment, because
I appreciate it very much.
I'm like, obviously the Leia situation, just like the Luke, like Leia situation's way worse than Luke, because Leia's not with us anymore. Carrie Fisher, rest in peace. We miss you very much, Princess. But like, they're obviously, like, Luke's older, so they got to find ways to. I mean, they did it in Rogue One with a young Leia, but I don't know if they're going to do that because she's passed, or if they're going to use her daughter, who could totally be a young Princess Leia.
Is she identical?
I mean, it's so, like, yes, pretty much. Like,
well, you have to show me her.
Yeah, it's pretty. She could easily be Leia without question.
That's wild.
And I feel like that would be one of the acceptable ways of using her in live action, using her daughter. I think that absolutely would be a way to do that. And I think we're going to see her. I feel like we're going to see her soon, whether it's in a finale or if it's in the next season of this or down the road. Like, we need to see Luke again, obviously, because I said at the very beginning of this show, the fact that Thrawn is returning, that's a really big deal. And Ahsoka needs to let the most powerful person in the world, not just Jedi, but the most powerful being in the entire galaxy know, hey, by the way, we got this threat. Thrawn's back. Empire might be rising again, kind of thing. I would let Luke know, regardless of what he's doing. I know he's in the process of rebuilding his academy. And obviously Leia's involved because she knows and has had communications with Hera. So obviously the fact that she sent 3PO, which, again, that was a really great moment. We got even a Zeb name drop, so he's off training new recruits. So that's why we haven't seen him in this show yet. So he's part of the Ghost Crew, which is what this was.
I remember Zeb, the name.
Yeah, he was in season 3 of Mando.
Yeah.
We got him like really
in the bar.
quick. Yeah. And he looked fantastic. But I think this was another strong example of what makes Thrawn such a grand leader.
I was gonna say, like, you know, since you talked about, like, he's willing to just cut it off and, like, just to keep going.
Yeah,
I thought that was a great, like, example of him doing that.
Yeah, he's all about the end game. Like, the big picture. He doesn't care about these little battles and skirmishes. It's like, whatever, if we lose this, fine. And he even came up with, like, oh, well, like, Balin's skull wasn't there, so it makes sense. But he's working on other things to help move his bigger goal forward, which is always the goal with him. And that focus and the fact that, like, there's a lot of distractions going on, I think it played into his hand perfectly, because he's trying to get the fuck out of here. His goal is to leave and get back to the other galaxy. So the fact that, like, this fight and skirmish happened and they lost a couple, like, obviously he's all about maintaining his resources and not losing many of them. Mm-hmm. But, like, sacrificing some of them to get the rest of what he needs done is obviously the more important goal. And it feels like we're close to that. And they're going to be able to take off soon and get back to the other galaxy. And I don't know what he's going to do from there. But, I mean, getting Thrawn back and the idea of, like, the fact that the New Republic has continued to show how incompetent they are, which kind of just boggles my mind, because Leia's in control, Mon Mothma is there in control. They all have really large voices, but this one idiot dude who's like, no, it's not possible. This reads like a fairy tale, Jedi, and this and that. And it's like, what world do you live in, bro? How did you guys defeat the Empire? Yeah. Like, you defeated the Empire with spaceships, space battles, lightsabers, and the Force. Like, that's how you won. That, again, I talked about it during the episode. He's either one of these dudes who's still, like, a mole, essentially, for the Empire, or he just doesn't want to believe it. He just wants to completely stay in denial that this is even possible, that Thrawn could return. It's one of those two things. I'm more leaning towards the idea of him being an Empire, former somebody type of thing. Like, he's part of that, trying to... Because we've seen it a couple times now. Yeah. Like, he's just a mole. He's just doing his job just to live and survive. And when there's an opportunity, long live the Empire bullshit kind of stuff. So, yeah, I thought that was really fun. I thought the combat was okay. I thought it was fine. Yeah. Anytime Balin and Ahsoka strike their sabers and are about to fight, it's good. I think that's super dope, because, again, it's like a samurai versus a knight. And their styles, just the way they clash. Ahsoka... And, like, there was a lot of criticism of her in the beginning of this show. Really? Being cold and not having much emotion. And, like, the fact that I think she's near 50.
Oh, okay.
I think she's near 50 in this show, maybe like 45, 50. She's been through a lot. Mm-hmm. And obviously she was holding on to a lot. And those moments with Anakin and that final lesson, the fact that she's can come back since then, she's been smiling. Her personality is completely, like, she's making jokes in the middle, like...
Yeah, she needed that closure.
Yeah, and like, that grief and that guilt she was holding on to is now gone because of that interaction with Anakin, and she's a completely different person now. She has a whole different attitude, and it's clear. That is what was, like, making her... She's a Jedi. Oh, I mean, she is, but she isn't.
Jedi.
But it's like one of those things where she's so in tune with who she is and with the Force now. I don't think she was ever going to let her emotions spill out and reveal themselves to everyone around her. So I think she just held on tight to it and maybe was a little cold and hesitant to show any kind of emotion or feelings because of what she was feeling and everything that she'd been through. I think it's clear the moment she showed up in the all white after the World Between Worlds moment and the lesson with Anakin, her whole demeanor is completely shifted. And I think it's awesome. I think it's great. I think Balin continues to be the most interesting character in this show.
Absolutely. He's so cool.
And just everything about him, literally everything about him. His look, his demeanor, the way he talks, the lessons that he's teaching to Shin. Like, the idea that he's willing to be like, you go do this, I have a different calling. That's the sign of a strong leader. And it's like basically the master saying, I've taught you all I can, go do your thing. And I mean, I don't know what her future looks like. I'm wondering if Ahsoka's going to be able to, like, flip her.
That would be cool.
I could see that happening. And Balin...
Do you think she'd be a good Jedi?
I mean, the fact that she was trained by Balin, yeah, I do. Because I feel like everything that Balin taught her comes from what he learned from the Jedi Order. obviously he made the comment that he trained her to be different, but I mean, he used a lot of that and probably just evolved his training for her to be more ruthless and dangerous and probably tap into that dark side. I don't know what people's feelings are about this whole Dark Jedi label, but they probably are very much along the lines of that. But I could see her flipping and being redeemed and being brought to the good side, especially if it's brought under Ahsoka's wing. I think that'd be amazing because
that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Ahsoka already has Sabine as her apprentice, but I mean, she could be like, "You're good to go now. Like your learning is done, and I'm gonna bring her under and like finalize her training to get her." Like, she'd be a really strong addition to the team, or she could just get even more angry and just go straight dark and just go all the way Sith and like turn into that and become a key member of Thrawn's empire. That could be possible too, which I wouldn't hate that. I would kind of prefer that because I love super awesome, badass, powerful villains, and having her with Thrawn, I think would be a really strong combo in terms of villains moving forward. But yeah, like what is Baylan doing? Like, what is his calling? What is talking to him? Where is he gonna go? Does he survive this season?
Right.
What happens to this character if he does survive? Or does he just get abandoned and we just forget about I don't think I'll ever forget about this character.
You can't.
I mean, Ray Stevenson, him as Baylan Skoll, has been one of the best introductions of a character that we've ever had.
It's really good.
And I mean, he's just everything about him. He's a fantastic character. He's super interesting. And yeah, I mean, I want more with him. I want to learn his backstory. I want to get history with him. What kind of relationship, if any, did he have with like Obi-Wan or with Anakin or with Yoda or with any of the Jedi that we know? Like, what was his role in relationship within the Order? I want to learn all of it. I hope we get some kind of spinoff. I think I mentioned it before, but a Tales of the Jedi episode about Baylan Skoll would be amazing. That's one of the animated shows that gives you like, they're like really quick, like 15, 20 minute like episode, just kind of filling some of the gaps on some characters.
Got it.
There was an Ahsoka episode, which was really good. So I would love to see that. But I think this show is doing an amazing job. I think it's hitting all the points that it needs to. And I think it's setting us up for a pretty crazy finale. Because, again, the bad guys are going to win in this fight. It's what's going to happen. And how do we recoup? How do we, as the good side, recover and get back and try to, like, just smack some sense into people and be like, hey, Thrawn returned. Somehow Thrawn returned. So I think it's been awesome. I've loved it. I thought that was another good episode.
Same.
Do you have any other thoughts?
No.
All right, y'all. Leave your thoughts. We'll see you later for the next one. Have a good one. Bye.